my story begins on the 7th of October. I was at a music festival with friends, and on 6:29 a.m., Hamas started to attack Israel. It's an organization by the name of Hamas. And I just remember people running everywhere. It's me, one of them, running in this big open field area, hearing gunshots from every direction, seeing people just getting shot, dropping down to the floor as they run, seeing bodies laying everywhere, thrown in the ground. Not very quickly, after maybe an hour or so of running, as I run, I get a phone call from a friend that already left the danger zone, and he tells me that he wants to come and save me. So we drive right back into the active terror attack. I was with two other friends, and immediately when we see him, we enter the vehicle and we start to drive, and suddenly seeing two vehicles of Hamas that they are blocking the road, immediately starting shooting us. Everyone in the vehicle got shot except me. All of us were taken as hostages. One of them, the driver who came to save us, Ori Danino, unfortunately after 11 months in captivity, he was murdered by Hamas, the terror organization, and his body was retrieved to Israel. But at the first 15 something days, I was held with two other friends, siblings, Maya and Itai Regev, and we were held in houses above the ground. And after 53 days, they were released at the first hostage deal, and I stayed alone completely. I was brought down to tunnels immediately. The first tunnel that I stayed in, it was a tunnel that it was 120 feet below the ground. I was in a very, very small cell, a cell that I couldn't stand up inside of it. I couldn't spread my arms out. I was in complete darkness there, in pitch black darkness, something that you cannot imagine. I was inside that cell for more than 50 days straight. I was starved in the most extreme way. From the first week that I was there, it was a piece of bread a day. Then it became half a piece of bread a day, then a quarter of a piece of bread a day. And in the last week for me there inside that cell, it was a cracker a day, a small cracker a day with a couple sips of salty water. And after those 50 days, I was already very thin. I could feel the bones on my shoulder and my rib cage. I was so weak I could barely stand up. I was filthy, I could scrub the dirt off my skin. But after those 50 days, I remember just sitting there in complete darkness and praying to God. And by a miracle, I was moved to a slightly bigger tunnel. And at the next day that I was moved there, I was supposed to go back to the tunnel that I came from. But thank God, by another miracle, the tunnel got destroyed completely and I couldn't go back to the tunnel. So for the next 400 days, I stayed in that same tunnel by myself. With most of the time 4 terrorists there. At those 400 days, it was a nightmare. I was their slave. I used to dig in the tunnels, and I used to carry around bombs from places to places. I used to carry around food. I used to do everything they told me to do. I was abused there, physically and mentally. I was starved there. It was just 400 days of complete hell. And after 400 days, after 505 days in total, thank God I was released in an hostage deal that President Trump made happen. And I came back to my family. And ever since then, I try to share my story as much as possible.